And if you think
And
I'm
he
saying
leads
something.
anyways.
Hello, Oki. Hello, welcome to our Friday afternoon conversation. My name's Alan Friesen. I'm the Chief Evangelist of the Caring Employers Healthy Teams Collaborative. With me, I have two beautiful human beings, the lovely Shari Mead, who contracts with Caring Employers Healthy Teams to help do research and kind of guide me. Sometimes I get a little waylaid and Shari has to bring me back. So thank you, Shari. And the lovely Tracy Hamilton, who has Inspired Vacations. And I know both of them from Rotary as well. We're all Rotarians. And Tracy is also with my BNI group, Business Networking International. So that's how we know each other. And basically what we wanted to share with you today is about travel insurance. We, as you know, do group insurance and group travel. That's what we do. And usually on the medical parts of it, the group plans are broader than the individual travel plans. Usually, there's exceptions. We had a group insurer that we were looking to do business with just 2 days ago, and their group travel provisions were very, very similar to individual contract wording. So we just said, no, we're going to pass. We're going to find a different insurer for this client because this client travels a lot and wanted 6 months of travel coverage, right? And that was what appealed to this insurer, but the provisions were not favorable. Anyways, most of the insurers out there, even if they have really good group travel coverage, and if you're unsure, contact us. We'll help you with that. So if you've got the group travel part, the medical part looked after, you may not have the trip cancellation part. Shari, you did some research on companies recently, and there was, of the ones we were looking at, one had it and most did not, right? I think there was 3 that did not and 1 that had it, of the research that you did, correct?
Yeah, so looking into it, I was actually quite surprised to see how limiting it is. So it's great to find out that there's some other options out there that people can reach out to people like Tracy and be able to secure proper coverage. I think people are under the belief that they're in credit cards and all that kind of stuff will kind of cover that, and that's clearly not always the case. So it's best to do your research well in advance, and I'm sure Tracy can probably speak to some of the plans that you have.
Just jump in there, one thing. When you mentioned about credit card insurance, I know a lot of people rely on it, and I never do, because you don't even have a contract. You don't know what it says, what it's not going to do. All proper insurance contracts have an insuring agreement. This is what we're going to do. Then there's these limitations, these exclusions. You have to know all the bits to know what you got, right? So that's how it works. Yeah. So I just was tagging on that if you said about credit card, don't rely on credit card for travel coverage unless you're really sure of what it does.
And that's what,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, honestly, who reads all of that fine print? I mean, I'm pretty sure people don't. So that's why you can rely on the expertise of Alan and of course Tracy.
So Tracy, she can supplement. If you have a group plan, it's really good in the major medical, but it doesn't have the trip cancellation. That means somebody gets sick in your family, unforeseen circumstances occur, and all of a sudden you're out the $10,000 you paid for that trip, right? Exactly. So Tracy, is it a fairly inexpensive just to buy that aspect of it?
Usually, yeah, absolutely. So I think like this is such a great discussion, because the way we look at it is we just want our clients to be covered, whatever way it is. So obviously we do sell it, and we can do the medical for those who don't have any. We do interruption. So you're talking about cancellation. Interruption since the pandemic has actually been probably a bigger part, because you miss a flight, you end up spending money in hotels and food, meals and all those sorts of things. So that's
airlines are like unreliable now. They're horrible, aren't they?
You can go back to them. There's certain rules around that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to make sure you're looking after yourself. So yeah, and then absolutely like even luggage and cancellation, and we have a really great plan that's for youth.
Cool.
So anybody under 30.
Under 30. Okay.
So if you're not part of a group plan, or like probably you have a lot of professionals that have a group plan.
Yes.
But maybe their adult kids don't, right?
Yes.
They're no longer on that plan.
Yes.
And those are the kids that have scrimped and saved to go away on this vacation. They don't have an extra 200, 5,000, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong.
Right.
Those plans are under $100 per person, probably around $50 per person, because their medical is not as high.
Yes.
Right? Because the statistics say nothing's going to happen to these kids,
Yeah.
right? They're not going to have a heart attack when they're away. The most that's going to happen, maybe they're breaking a leg or something.
So
else, right?
super low risk.
Absolutely. I actually though, this one was a good one. I had honeymoon clients. So these guys are 26 and 28 years old. He bursts an eardrum in the air, when they're landing, and they couldn't continue on a plane because he couldn't fly again until it healed.
Yeah.
So they missed 2 days of their vacation, had to take the train instead of flying. And so it ended up costing them, I bet it was $2,000, right? So their youth plan looks after all of that.
Woo, that's amazing.
Whatever medication and his doctor visits and all that sort of thing. So those are the sorts of things we never think are going to happen, but they can.
Yeah, very good. That's a really
so
good
that's
example.
The youth one. Now, the way that we handle it on our end, we're not here to sell everybody travel insurance, just to sell travel insurance. The way we do it is we always ask. So do you have group benefits, right? We know that a lot of the teachers and the paramedics and anybody, healthcare related, they have really good plans. But we're look at those, make sure the coverage is what you need. And then that's exactly it. If you don't have that interruption or the cancellation, we can help them with that portion. And of course it's less because they've already got their medical.
Exactly.
And medical is the most expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
the medical coverage, the provisions in them about the stability clause and the pre-existing conditions that they have on a group plan are generally better value than the individual, or more favorable wordings, I should say, on the group plans. But even so let's say you have Alberta Blue Cross as your group insurer. Okay, they have a great travel plan. 0 on the business end, or on the interruption, 0 on those benefits,
And
right?
most don't.
No, most don't.
They
Exactly.
don't think about those parts. But I mean, can you imagine, again, when we're talking about things, it's not you. I've had people cancel because their parents have had something happen.
Right.
And again, we're not insuring things that are refundable. A lot of pieces of travel become non-refundable, right? So even we look at that, we'll go, okay, this portion of your trip is refundable, or we can get a credit, whatever that might look like. There's a lot that are absolutely non-refundable.
Mhm.
So we'll insure that amount.
Yeah.
And then automatically, once you've got that cancellation policy, your interruption policy is in place.
Nice.
So you can look after that.
And Tracy had mentioned about the youth thing being up to age 30. That's a big deal, right?
I know someone said, I'm not a youth.
Oh.
I'm like, actually,
Yeah,
in
take
insurance
advantage of
terms,
it.
you still are.
Well, because
So,
most of the group plans will cover a dependent who's single and not full-time employed.
Okay.
Up to age 21 is by far the most common, and up to age 25 or 26 if they're in university or college, right?
Right.
But I know with my daughter, I was supporting her well beyond those ages, which probably you will be too. No, maybe not.
Nope.
No. Okay. So to have that extension where you can go and get that coverage on a very affordable basis, and sometimes you might need to prod and poke to make them happen. Some youth people think they're 10 feet tall and invincible and they don't need anything, but things can happen, right?
Yeah.
Like the bursting eardrum, that's bizarre.
I have never had such a thing happen.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I met this young gentleman, I'm going to say 3 months ago. His name is James. And James was on a vacation in Hawaii, this is 10 years ago, and he was surfing. And in the morning, he got up after this surfing and he couldn't move. His legs weren't working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he went through this whole thing where he became paralyzed, basically what happened. And they said it was this kind of a rogue wave, if you will, that hits and kind of compresses the base of your spine and you become paralyzed from it. And the doctors in the end, after weeks, just said, yeah, you're probably never going to walk again. Now he's walking again.
Oh,
He's got a little bit of a limp, but that's, and when that happened, he was 26, 27 years old, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
You never think about those things.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So no, it happens more, and it happens more often than you think.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess statistically, I'm talking with people who are going all the time, but still, you have these absolutely bizarre things happen,
Yes.
So
Yes.
you need to make sure that you're being responsible for yourself.
Exactly. So if you're planning some travel, you could talk to Tracy at
Mhm.
Inspired Vacations. She'll lay it all out there. She's like a seasoned traveler. She'll be able to tell you where to go and what things to see, and then make sure you got the travel coverage in place, whether it's through your group plan or group plan in conjunction with the individual plan she offers. Because Shari's we already know a lot of the group plans don't do the whole job you might want them to do.
Yeah.
Because you could easily, what's one of the most expensive vacations you've ever booked?
Oh, well,
$20,000?
no, $100,000.
$100,000.
Mhm.
Okay, so that trip cancellation would be real important at
Really
100,000.
important.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to her about my trip. It's not going to be 100,000. It's going to be like 2, but
And that works too, because everyone should travel.
That sounds just like our exit music.
that's right. Now we do a little dance and say hallelujah. We had it. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions about it, you can certainly contact us and we would gladly help. Well, matter of fact, let me put up our contact info here. Hang on one second. Oh, come
Do you
on.
have questions?
Pardon me? Oh, I got David Irvine on there. Okay, let's try this again. Oh my goodness, where did I put it? Is this it?
There
No.
you go. There's contact.
That's you.
No, there's one more. There's one that says my team. Where's that one? There it is. Okay. So, and let's take this one off. How's that staying on there? Okay, forget the part about David Irvine on there. I don't know why that's on there, but this other contact info, myteam@alanfriesen.com. If you send an email to us, myself or Kelvin or Shari or Scott or Michelle or Leslie will answer that. So, and if you have any interest in knowing more about the Caring Employers Healthy Teams Collaborative, call us. It's an amazing program. Now, if you're getting ready to do some traveling and you want to talk to an expert on travel, Tracy, Inspired Vacations, how do people reach you, Tracy?
For us, it's inspiredvacations.ca or 587-787-4454.
Perfect.
Our phone number.
We hope you have a lovely weekend. Anything we want to add?
No, we
Thanks
got you
for-
covered.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I hope you have a lovely weekend and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks much.